It's almost like magical language. It explains everything. Cut off all of the nonsense. When you see a drawing, no matter what language that was, the point is made. Without even one word has to be said. Which is great for me, because when I first came to this country, speaking language, English, was not the best way for me to explain how I felt. And that's what opened up a lot of doors for me in my career. In my analog way, this is 3D for me. Top, bottom, and side view. And my art teacher told me that when you are drawing, she said that there's a sensor here in your hand. When you're drawing like this, it makes you happy. It connects from your hand to your brain. Whether it's true or not, it definitely makes me happy. In the computer world, you don't do that. There's no sensor right here. That's what drawing is all about for me. One of my favorite, Dr. Dre.
Oh yeah, which album?
2001. That's one of my all-time favorite. This is Kevin Garnett wearing my shoes. How cool is that, huh? Jimi Hendrix. I grew up with Jimi Hendrix. And you know how I learned about Jimi Hendrix? All the American soldiers walking through Vietnam, listening to Jimi Hendrix. I have a picture here, and you can see there's with a helicopter landing on top of the roof. I was one of those guys who left Vietnam in a helicopter. If you remember 1975, the Vietnam War ended, and we were on the losing side from the South. And people in Saigon were trying to escape, because when the northern side come in, they will kill whoever they want to see. So we left. I was such a creative person. I can write poetry, I can make drawings, I can do all that kind of stuff. I came to this country, none of that ever worked. Like that just did not translate to another country. So the only thing that worked was drawing. I was about 25 years old. I first got a job as a designer for Reebok, and the guy said we need a shoe to address the aerobic crowd, which is a popular trend. Most people never wear shoes, they just go bare feet. We need a shoe to go with that. Not running shoes, not basketball shoes. What is that? This came out and it became a huge hit for Reebok. It made my career, and Reebok became the #1 shoe company in the world at that time, surpassing Nike even because of this shoe. It was absolutely amazing shoe. This is my all-time favorite shoe. It was done for 1996 Atlanta Olympics for Carl Lewis. It was made just for 10 seconds run only. And when he broke the world record, he was so excited. He took off the shoes. He threw the shoe under the stand, but I have the original sample here. There's a few different variations of Moab. The CEO of Merrell told me that it's still about 20% of their sales every year of the same shoe that I did 20 years ago. AND1 was amazingly popular in the early 2000s. Problem they asked me, is that they need a logo. When an NBA player run up and down, how do you see the logo? Not Nike swoosh, not Adidas stripes. What kind of logo do we need to do? I said, I have an idea. We make the shoe outside in one color, inside another color. So when the player runs, you see two colors. When that happens, it becomes the AND1 logo. They remake this shoe for 10th anniversary, 20th anniversary, and this is the 40th anniversary. The star Sigourney Weaver wore this in the movie. It's really cool because they told me the shoe has to have Velcro because in the last scene, Sigourney Weaver has to fight with the alien. The alien grab onto the shoe, and the shoe eventually slightly open, and the alien gets sucked out into space, and the alien was gone. For a design, basically it's the same design, but how do I make it new and fresh every single time? I always think of music is the same song that I will re-sing it again in a country music tune, in a classic tune, in a reggae tune. And it's a completely different song, but it's the same song. I feel like that's what I do. Philip knows exactly who his customers are. As a product designer, that's a dream to work with.
Sharper, closer to square. As soon as we started working together, he unlocked my creativity, I think Astral's creativity. A part of what was missing was just this sort of fluid, creative process. The right way.
T and R should be at noon time, and this is the back view of that. And have you ever seen any shoe like this before? This is so cool. I was so
You know, to have 40 years of experience connected to that pencil, the lines flow in certain organic ways. It's a hugely important relationship and piece of any company that is trying to do unique, creative products.
Beyond any kind of skill that you have, the most important skill to me is the ability to listen. And I've learned that very well. Been at this now for about 42 years, and I absolutely love everything I do. I feel like I can still light a fire with my drawing. I did all of these in drawings, but I actually see the real shoe. It's really, really special. I do have a lot of favorite, and that's why some of these things are here. But if there's a favorite designs, they are the future. They are what I will do tomorrow.